Well, there's no doubt about it. College can be hard enough and intimidating enough, and then you add college and a learning disability, and it can be incredibly frustrating, but it doesn't have to be. Miriam King from the University of Baltimore is here with some great tips. Always good to see you.
Good to see you too, Megan.
You said that there are a lot of programs that universities and colleges have for people. Maybe sometimes students just aren't aware of them.
Right. Well, the thing is, at the University of Baltimore, we have a Center for Disability Services. They're also known on campuses as Centers for Educational Access. And that center provides not only services, but also educates students about access to support while they're in college, and teaches faculty and staff how to help students succeed in college. And that's a lot of what we've talked about over the time that I've been coming on the show, is how do you succeed in college. And the big difference for students entering college from high school is that between kindergarten and 12th grade, it's the school's responsibility to identify the disability and provide access and support, or educational support. In higher education, it's actually the student's responsibility and the family responsibility. So students have to learn to advocate if they have not already learned how to advocate for themselves.
And a lot of times, you know, I know it seems late, but a student might get to college and they might not be aware that they have what are called hidden learning disabilities.
Yes, and when that happens, the first thing the student should do is get to the center, such as the Center for Educational Access or Disability Services, and talk to the staff in the center who are professionally trained about assisting students about the symptoms that the student is experiencing, and also to do that early on in a semester, as early as possible, so that the student can either be referred, be given resources, or accommodations can be arranged for the student.
When a student goes to college, and let's say they are aware that they have a learning disability and they have anxiety about it, where's the best place to go and the best place to start?
Well, again, I would start with the Center for Disability Services, and I would bring to the campus before starting school documentation about the disability. It should be current, that is within the last 3 to 5 years, and that will help the center to work with the student to provide the support necessary.
Do you find that more schools are getting on board with this, and more people are accepting it more?
Absolutely. But again, in higher ed, all students are held to the same standards. So if you're a college student or a university student, you have got to prove that you've learned and met the requirements for the degree. So it's support rather than removing requirements that we try to provide.
An excuse won't be made for you if you have a learning disability, but there is help out there if you do.
That's right.
Okay, a good way to think about it.
Yes, and again, as you think about how college, particularly at the undergraduate level, prepares the student to go out into the world of work, learning how to advocate, learning what is appropriate and is available in your role is an important life skill for students.
Absolutely. All right, well, what a good way to learn then.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Miriam King is with the University of Baltimore. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Yes, thank you,
Good to see you.
Nice
Thanks for
to
coming
see
in.
you too.
All right, Charlie.